director Malay Javier and actress Mara Lopez and Lorna actress Charmaine Quintanilla. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's that time of the year again. This is exciting, okay? I mean, I look forward to this time of the year when Cinema One Originals sort of comes around. Let's talk about your films. Unahin natin yung Hindi Sila Tatanda. You know, what does it all mean?
Actually, yung pelikula namin na Hindi Sila Tatanda, it's actually very hard. It's very simple, but it's quite hard to explain what it's really about. But I think my director can do a pretty good job of explaining it.
Direct.
Aside from it being anamorphic.
Well, I mean, the subject matter is already sort of very intriguing to begin with. You know, UFO sightings, sort of a teen love story of sorts. Between interspecies, am I sort of hitting the right points here? Ano ba yung backbone ng kwento?
Ano ba siya? Parang meron lang group of friends na interesado sa isang UFO sighting.
Okay.
At sa gitna ng lahat ng yun, parang nagkaroon ng complications yung relationships nila.
Okay. So is it? I mean, does it technically qualify as a sci-fi movie? Is it a complicated love story? Is it ano ba to?
Hindi pa rin namin maklasify yung genre niya. Medyo parang ano lang siya, sci-fi complications.
But it's really about four friends. It's really about their relationship.
Backdrop the alien.
And the it's about the alien that bothers them.
Right. Well, this is sort of unusual territory to for you know, a film in this setting of Cinema One. You know, it's sort of, well, I mean, anything goes, really. But I mean, you know, over the last year or two, I don't think we've tackled the film, you know, with using a setting like this as the backdrop, particularly here in the Philippines setting. Medyo kakaiba.
I'm not really sure when was the last time I saw Pinoy sci-fi. So parang excited ako lumabas siya.
Okay.
Same time, kinakabahan.
Well, I mean, yeah, breaking new ground is what this is really all about. I'm going to jump back to Mara, you know, and talk about what it was like to make this film. But also, here today we're talking about another film, Lorna, which is sort of in stark contrast to no aliens in your film.
No, not at all.
All right, Charmaine. Well, let's talk about your film. Medyo, obviously, it's different, and that's the great thing about this series is there's so much to choose from. Tell us about the film that you worked on.
Well, actually, the film is very simply a love story. It's about love, but instead of using usually the teenagers, we have a 60-year-old woman here.
Okay.
And so she goes through several failed relationships, but in the end, she still believes in love.
All
so
right.
it's charming.
Okay, I mean, it sounds quite simple. Obviously, you know, it doesn't happen over 2 or 3 minutes. This is a longer film. You know, what first attracted you to the material? I mean, how as an actor, how do you choose? Do you sort of say, parang hindi ko masyadong feel to, or does every opportunity that presents itself, I want to look at this, you know, but surely there's something about particular pieces of work that you know, are really attracted to it.
Yes, of course. Sigrid Bernardo's script really touched me. After I read it, I was crying, and it made me realize that my family is so important, among other things. So that made me, you know, like the project. There were some scenes that I felt I couldn't do, so I had to tell her, and she compromised.
Okay.
So here we go.
So making it is collaborative. You know, that's really.
It's also the way she tells the story. It's the way she filmed it, and the storytelling is a key factor also, not just a story.
Okay. When you sort of center on that, I mean, can you classify it as a particular type of approach to filmmaking, or you know?
Well, she uses magic realism, so it's not just the normal, natural, realistic film.
Okay.
So there's bits of bubbles and fire and going in there. And
we're moving closer to the sci-fi territory here.
And dreams.
And
I remember I saw some photos.
Maybe hindi siya masyadong malayo dito, but as actors, you know, then let's talk about your experience working on this film. I mean, you've been very busy, Mara. Every time I see Mara, she's you know, she got something in the fire. In this particular Cinema One series, you're actually in quite a not quite a number, but you know, in more than one.
I have 2 entries
in more than
this
one.
year.
What was it like working on this particular film?
For Hindi Sila Tatanda, I played a very spunky character named Mon.
Okay.
Which she's outgoing, she's loud, And she's kind of the outcast pagdating sa four friends.
Okay.
She's the outcast in sense that she can't relate to, they're all into aliens and they're all into photography and everything, but she's just there because she's super in love with her boyfriend, with Kian Cipriano's character.
Okay.
And it gets to a point that she becomes very clingy to him, to the point that it's annoying. But then there's reasons for her being like that.
Okay.
I like playing Mon because
Malayo ba sa'yo? Is it, you know?
siguro sa dating Mara, medyo malapit. Kaya naka-relate rin ako. And Direk was telling me about the background of who Mon actually is in his life. And I could actually relate to that. And Direk gave me like freedom to play around with how I picture Mon. And yeah, I really enjoyed filming. We were in Zambales for 1 week and we were like secluded from the real world. Para kaming, since the movie says na hindi sila tatanda, para sa aming lahat, ang realization naman after is, ayaw namin tumanda, hindi kami tatanda, hindi kami tatanda. We don't want to grow up. And I think we all feel like that in our lives.
Well, I think there's a certain magic really to movie making, to filmmaking, where you sort of capture and encapsulate this point in time in your lives as actors, as directors, and it stays like that, you know, and it becomes this little time capsule that over the years you look back to and say, oh, that's what I was thinking, that's what I was about in my acting at the time. It's sort of interesting that way. On that note, you know, over the last couple of festivals, you've been busy doing film after film. How have you grown as an actress, and how has the process changed for you? I
think not just as an actress, but as a person, like working with all these amazing people. It's so inspiring to work with different writers, directors, actors. It's na-inspire ako to do more and to explore other things beyond my comfort zone. Lately, I have all these concepts in my head, and I want to start maybe directing or making short films. Start from there, and yeah, as an actress, I always had my mom's support, who is actually with Miss Shermaine in our film. They have she has such a fun character with her, and yeah, I have people like my mom who guides me. I mean, in this industry, it's not an easy industry to be in, but I think I've been very blessed with the roles that has come my way. There are some scripts, there are some films that I have to turn down because I don't feel like it's for me. But I just want to keep working, and I just want to keep doing good films. At the end of the day, it's about making a good film. No matter if it's independent or mainstream. For me, I just want to stay and keep doing what I'm doing. Right. Well, speaking of, you know, constantly looking for challenges, you talked about you know, looking at the material and saying, oh, I don't know if I can do you know, some scenes here. But obviously it's about challenging yourself constantly. I mean, of course, you know, the work gets sort of narrower and narrower as an actress matures, as an actor matures. Are there things that you feel like, kailangan gawin ko na to? Because, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll look back and say, ba't hindi ko ginawa yun? You know, you know, what are the things that you're still looking forward to in terms of challenging yourself in terms of acting? Well, a character is always a challenge because you go into it, you dive into it, you try to develop a soul for it. So all characters are interesting. It's just that I think because our body ages, unfortunately, so we can like if you want to go physical and bear and show yourself, show your flesh, then maybe well, for me, there's an age to that. Appropriate age. Yeah. I don't want to see myself. Well, like I said, it's a little time capsule that stays there forever, you know. That's got its pros and its cons. Ikaw naman, Direk, you know, this... when you work on a film, and like I said, you're forced to sort of hand in work. We were just talking about that, the deadlines, and Direk was like, deadline? I mean, you know, are you ever satisfied as a director, you know, when you say, oh, deadline next week? Next week, you actually show up with your film and say, this is the film I wanted to make. Ito na yun, buong buo, and it's exactly the way I want it. Or, you know, you're already premiering, you're already screening, and you're going, I should have trimmed 2 seconds of that scene. Sana ina ko yung music this part. You know, is it ever really done for a director? Are you always critiquing your work, wanting it to change, wanting it to be better? Parang, it's my first full length. Actually, it's my first film. I'm not sure if I've done short films before. Pero hanggang ngayon,
hindi pa rin ako sure kung tama yung mga ginawa ko. Sana.
Is that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
Sabi ng mga kaibigan ko, it's a good feeling na you're not sure if tama yung ginawa mo.
Right.
But it's like a basketball game. Pag kinakabahan ka pa rin, parang there's something na huhugudan mo inside of you na
It keeps you hungry, keeps the creative process going. Well, okay, here's on the line of basketball. Here's hoping that all of you score a 3-point shot or a slam dunk with your films. Good luck, and a real pleasure to be talking to all of you today. We want to say thank you to Malay, Javier, Mara Lopez, and of course, Remain Buen Camino. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, folks, up next, and Curtis speaks up on rumors.